because I wanted to know the particulars myself, but I pretty much don't know too much. But I know that Top Rank is now in a lawsuit against Terence Crawford's former promotional company, and Minderdorf Sports, owned by Chris Minderdorf. This is an article from Boxing Scene. I think Dan Raphael wrote this article. So on September 1st, a lawsuit for about $550,000 was filed against Top Rank for a contract dispute that they had with Terence Crawford. Now, well, Minderdorf says that Top Rank owes them 8% of each of Terence Crawford's past 4 title defenses. So those including gate receipts and business that hasn't been paid up as well. So some of the fights that they are suing for is Terence Crawford 2016 against Victor Postal. So from a $1.3 million purse, they was to get 8% of that, plus the gate. So a December 2016 defense against John Molina, 1.5 million purse plus the gate. Sorry, the figures with Postal is $1.3 million, so they'll get 8% of that, and the John Molina is 1.5 purse plus the gate. So also the title defense that he had against Felix Diaz, $1.6 million plus the gate, and the August 19th bout that just passed this summer against Julius Indongo, $2 million plus the gate. So they get 8%, basically the negotiated 8% of each of these bouts so far. So Terence Bud Crawford is not in the fault. It's basically what they said in this lawsuit. He's just a fighter. This is with Top Rank and Minderdorf Sports. So basically in 2011, TKO Boxing Promotions, it failed, and Minderdorf was working for them in 2010. So I guess in 2011 when they failed, he was the guy, or his team was responsible for Terence Bud Crawford. And with that being said, Top Rank came in and they scheduled, or they work something out where Terence Crawford will sign with them, but they get a percentage of the purses. So as far as this deal with Top Rank, I don't know. I wish I knew a little bit more on that situation or that case, but I don't have the rest of the knowledge for that. This is the most that I found. I found another article, and it's not too many articles online, so maybe I'll get more in depth. Maybe I'll get some more news as I drop more videos. But with that being said, Terence Bud Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. names seem to collide every single time. If you notice, every single time. You can't mention Crawford name without Spence. You can't mention Spence's name without Crawford, or somebody mention it in the comment section. And that's just the way it's going to go. I tried to go against it, but it's just like when these two guys are the top dogs to me and my favorite, I got to say something. So if you say something about Spence, I'm going to say something. If you say something about Crawford, I'm going to say something. But at the end of the day, these both are my two favorite guys. These two, when they do happen, it's the inevitable. We will see two amazing athletes in the ring, and we'll see who comes out on top. But until then, I really don't know what to say. This is just an inevitable fight, and it's somewhere down the line. We still got a lot lined up in front. So before we jump the gun and jump the line, it's good to talk about, but until they get into the ring, it's all talk. It's all talk. You can pick who you want. You can pick Spence. You can pick Crawford. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter who wins to me, because I'm not jumping off ship just because they lost, especially if they lost to each other. That makes no sense. My thing is this: if you quit in the ring, my feelings for you is just somewhere else. But if you stay true and you just lose like a champion or lose like a fighter that you are, there's no problem with losing. Everybody don't have to be undefeated for me to like them. I just like the fact that when fighters are undefeated, it puts them to the test and see if they can work hard, especially going up against another undefeated fighter, especially if they both meet undefeated. That makes the fight and the thing more interesting, makes it more better for us to talk about who all has to go at the end of the day. Terence Bud Crawford, he's lined up to face Jeff Horn, right? He won the Fight of the Year, ESPN. Let me not forget that. Congratulations, Terence Bud Crawford, on him winning the ESPN Fight of the Year. But in all ways, Terence Bud Crawford is the Fight of the Year. to me because he became undisputed. Nobody done that. That's an accomplishment nobody accomplished in the last few years, over a decade. So how could you not put a fighter like that at the top of the game, especially for the year, defending your title twice and destroying both opponents, both KOs. So, you know, impressive fashion, and Errol Spence got that one fight with Kell Brook. He went overseas. You know, it wasn't the best looking Errol Spence Jr. He was kind of flat. His bounce, he didn't have a bounce to him, you know, but he still went over there, man down. The power. I believe Errol Spence Jr. will be fully ready to go against Lamont Peterson January 20th. We all know that Errol Spence Jr. has what it takes to beat Lamont Peterson, and if people want to keep thinking Peterson has a chance, you know, it's all good. I ain't gonna say nothing about it. We just gonna see January 20th, and we're gonna drop more news and more stuff like this. We're gonna close the year out, you know, banging this channel. You see the transition, 2018, we're gonna push the train. We train athletic, and everybody who comments and come every single day on this channel, you are athletic no matter what you do. I appreciate y'all, man. I listen to y'all. You see, I respond to y'all, but at the end of the day, we here to grow, and we here. Y'all see this channel where it's at now. So in a few, I know the day ones. I know everybody who's commenting now. I don't forget none of y'all. That's why I still respond to y'all all the time, and I appreciate y'all knowledge that y'all dropping in comments. Like I said, we closing the year out. This is one of the best years of boxing in a while. So I appreciate y'all once again. It's Famous Athletics, and I'm gone.